Very warm welcome to today's webinar. Are you aware of how crucial it is for organizations to ensure mobile devices are both user-friendly and secure? We'll try to explain it on this session. My name is Adam Jasiewicz. I'm a product owner of Text Essentials MDM. Joining me today is Miłosz Cieszyński,
Hello.
our pre-sales engineer, who will be supporting me during the presentation. Let's begin with a few technical details. The webinar will last approximately 45 minutes and will be recorded. Recording will be available on our YouTube channel and should also be sent out to all registered participants. At the end, we have planned a Q&A session, so we encourage you to submit your questions in the Q&A section. We will try to answer them later. And what's more, at the end, there will be a quiz about this webinar, so please do not leave without rating the session. Thanks in advance. So let's move on to the agenda. Today, we'd like to focus on what's new in Essentials MDM, as well as what's coming soon. We'll begin with remote eSIM management. Miłosz will demonstrate how to simplify the provisioning process. And next, we'll walk through several important upcoming changes, including adding devices using a single QR code, support for shared devices, and mobile threat defense built into Essentials MDM, a really powerful extra layer of security available directly in our console and application. Finally, we will present the current roadmap. Let's get started. In the latest version of our system, we've introduced eSIM profile management. This gives administrators faster and more efficient control over SIM cards. Here are the key features: bulk import of eSIM activation codes and centralized management via our admin console, remote adding and removing of eSIM profiles directly from the console, where no physical access to the device is required, and a new intuitive interface that enables quick filtering, searching, and assigning of profiles, even in large environments with hundreds of devices. These capabilities make eSIM management not only simpler, but also more scalable and secure. Let's take a look at how it works. Miłosz.
Thank you, Adam. I prepared a short demo of the eSIM management capability. So on the right-hand side, you can see our phone, which we will be registering our eSIM on. And to do that, we firstly need to go our SIM cards tab in our management console. At the beginning, I want to show you that eSIM is not installed on the phone right now. So we'll add it during this demo. And in the SIM cards, you can have the plus button and eSIM import, bulk eSIM import. So we want to click that. To bulk enroll multiple eSIM, you need to prepare a CSV file beforehand and upload it to the console. For the demo, I added 2 eSIM cards to show you that you can do it. You can add multiple devices, multiple eSIM at once. And here you can see that imported cards, 2 imported cards are successfully added. No errors during import, so we hit close. And on the list, SIM card list, you can see nearly added 2 SIM cards. The second one will be actually the one which will be installing on the device. So I select it and assign it to the device. My phone is Samsung S23, so I'm looking for that on our list of devices. Select it and go next through the wizard. Compatibility with our eSIM checked, and at the end we have confirmation that operation is performed successfully. And right away on the phone we can see that our agent informed the user that you need to configure eSIM, or Essential will do that for you, confirming the action. And if one note here, if eSIM is secured by PIN code, you will see the PIN code here in the agent, and then you will need to enter that PIN to unlock the SIM card. So right now we want to configure the eSIM. As you can see, data is processing. It takes a while, as you probably know how eSIM registration works. So we need to give a couple of seconds for our phone to register the new SIM card. A little patience. And then I will be asked to enter that PIN, and of course, screen is now not visible. But after that, there is no notification pending on our agent. We'll go to the settings once again and check for SIM cards. Maybe go back to settings once again and show up the SIM manager again, just to confirm that our eSIM is properly installed. And now we will see properly installed new eSIM card with the phone number visible in our console. That card also can be remotely removed from the device, as I mentioned before. So for the purpose of demo, we'll also delete this card. And we have the button on the left-hand side on the top. Detach from device, apply. And in the system, we see that operation is successful. And right away on the phone, this eSIM is disappearing. Okay, and that would be it in terms of adding eSIM in MDM.
Yeah, that's really great feature. Thank you, Miłosz. Let's move on. Next feature. In an upcoming release, we are providing a feature that significantly simplifies the device enrollment process. This is especially important for field teams, medical facilities, and logistic companies. Imagine this: an IT administrator is staring at the desk full of, I don't know, let's say 50 devices. And each of them needs to be registered manually, because in some cases, the zero-touch option might not be available. Generating unique QR code for every single device, that's a nightmare, you know that. So we are introducing a better solution, reusable QR codes. With this feature, administrator can generate a single QR code and use it across multiple devices, whether for bulk enrollment on-site or by sending the code directly to employees for remote setup. Each QR code can be configured with a time limit and a maximum number of registrations, ensuring full control over access and security. This functionality will be available for fully managed devices, ones with a work profile, and dedicated devices, offering full flexibility across various deployment scenarios. Miłosz, let's have a look, and stage is yours for the demo.
Yeah, thank you. And to add actually this new QR code for bulk enrollment, you firstly need to go to devices list in our console. And as typical, adding new devices, you need to hit plus button on the left-hand side. And right now it's under bulk enrollment. And as you can see, well-known bulk enrollment methods, Apple DEP, Android Zero Touch, and Samsung KME. But right now we have new field here, QR code enrollment. So we want to go this way. And in this wizard, firstly, we need to, firstly we see previously added QR codes for this bulk enrollment, but we want to add new QR code and create it via wizard. The only required field is here name of the QR code, description is additional, expiration date and usage limit. We have full control how long this QR code will be active and how many devices we can enroll it through it. But if we leave those fields empty, it will be perpetual QR code without any limit in terms of number of devices enrolled. We need to choose, of course, the enrollment method. We'll set up some expiration date and some usage limits to show how to look on our QR code list. Select the enrollment method, fully managed device, no authentication. So I will be the user who will be automatically assigned to newly enrolled devices via this QR code. We have preview of policy, what settings are added to this QR code, policy preview, and afterwards we have a summary of the QR code, how long it will be active, how many devices, what platform, what enrollment method, etc. So we want to create it right away. And after a few seconds, we see the newly created QR code. And here we can enlarge it for the easier scanning, or just export it to image files, or just print it right away and give it to or transfer it to the department which actually needs to enroll bulk devices. And right now, first line is our QR code. What we can do with it: show it once again, duplicate it, change the expiration date, revoke it if we don't want it to be active, or just delete it, which is automatically also a revoking action. So I will revoke this QR code, and we will see right away that expiration date will be marked as red. Okay. And we can, of course, delete it. So it will disappear from our QR code list. Okay, thanks. So that will be it.
Thank you, Miłosz. Yeah, let's move on to the next feature. Something that is really perfect for warehouses, customer service points, or field teams. So support for shared devices. Fewer devices means, of course, lower purchase and maintenance cost. Yeah, better utilization of hardware resources across the organization. Instead of buying a separate device for each employee, the organization can efficiently use a single device in a rotation model. With this functionality, we will be able to define multiple profiles based on user groups, each with a possible unique look and tailored content. All the user has to do is to log in, and the device will instantly adapt to the configuration assigned to their group. What's more, with every new session, the previous user's data will be securely removed, ensuring privacy and a clean working environment for the new user. This feature will be part of the policies for dedicated devices. Let's take a look at the short demo, how it will look like.
I have a couple of screens, how it looks in the real life. So we need to go to policies, and COSU policies, as Adam mentioned, is visible only or available only in kiosk mode. In our launcher settings, there is a tick enable user to log in for launcher. And after that, we have profiles. We have default profiles. I created also logistic profile and administration profile. So each profile which will be assigned to user according to the user groups. So if our logistic employee will sign into this device with his login credential, he will see the screen visible here. So different wallpaper, different set of apps, and whatever we create in this launcher settings. The other administration worker using the same very device, after logging in, he or she will see completely different wallpaper and set of applications, different accesses, etc. Whatever we want to make available for that department or user group. Simple, easy, and very useful feature. Let's move to MDM.
Yeah, let's move on. But actually, before I will introduce the next feature, built-in mobile threat defense, I'd like to take a moment to talk a little bit about the security. Mobile device management for long has been a backbone of enterprise mobility, yes, ensuring security, compliance, and operational efficiency across the device fleet. But today's landscape is shifting rapidly, yeah, and MDM must transform to keep pace. Here's why. Let's take a look at the challenges we are currently facing. First one, geopolitical situation and growing cyber threats. Hackers are targeting mobile devices to steal data, spy, or disrupt business operations. Mobile threats are rising fast, so scams like phishing and harmful apps are spreading more during international tensions like the war we have in Ukraine. Yeah, critical infrastructure is at risk. The damage to things like undersea internet cables and cloud systems is forcing countries to rethink how secure and reliable their mobile networks really are. Because of these growing threats, mobile device management needs to get smarter. It should include, for example, real-time threat detection to catch attacks as they happen, geofencing to control where devices can be used, and advanced security analytics to spot risks before they cause the damage.
And another growing challenge is increasing need for data autonomy, because companies today, they want to control over their data and where it's stored, how it's used, and who actually have the access to this data. And that's why mobile device management must evolve, and it should support hybrid environments, and not just cloud-based, but also local and on-device decision-making.
Yeah, and another challenge. Today's teams use a wide range of the devices, yeah, from personal devices, office devices, rugged devices, and even smartwatches, which makes management significantly more complex. With the rise of also of remote work, companies need tools that enable fast device setup, secure access to resources, and remote support, regardless of employee location. That's why mobile device management must evolve into something broader, unified endpoint management, which supports organizations through support for multiple operating systems like Android, iOS, Windows, Linux, automated configurations, so devices are ready to work from the moment they are powered on, and integrations with identity and access management tools.
And next challenge, because laws like GDPR, DORA, NIS2, they are making it harder for companies to manage mobile data without strict control. And if you don't follow the rules, actually it can cause impactful cost on you, right? And that's why mobile device management needs to focus on compliance by keeping records of device activity, automatically applying those security rules which are required by regulations, and using secure containers for private personal devices.
So to sum up, to keep up with today's needs, mobile device management has to get smarter. Yeah? It should adjust to different situations, learn from context, and respond automatically. And that's the direction actually we are taking with the development of our own Essentials MDM. Let's now stop for a while with MDM and focus on risks on the devices. What kind of risks come with mobile devices to our companies. First area, phishing, smishing, wishing, wishing, really funny names, yeah? Cyber criminals use fake emails, text messages, phone calls, and even QR codes. Yeah? People using phones are especially at risk because screens are small and things happen quickly, so making it easier to miss warning signs. And this is actually, so those all fakes stuff, it's not so funny, yeah? Just the names.
Another one is malware, because there are some apps, they can look safely for you, but secretly contain malware or spyware and quietly collect personal data or company data. There is also stalkerware. That's kind of software which can allow somebody secretly watch what you are doing on the device without your knowledge, of course. And the ransomware, which is actually one of the worst of kind of cyber attack, because it locks your files or the device, and hackers can demand money to unlock it. The other point, the exploitation of vulnerabilities. It means that someone finds a weak spot in a system or in the hardware, or even behavioral weakness, and then the hacker uses it to break in, cause some problems, steal information. And device running on the old OS versions are vulnerable on that exploits called CVEs, common vulnerabilities and exposures. And even though they are well known, there are of course many users who are delaying updates, so leaving critical security patches uninstalled on the device.
Next group, so network-based attacks. Devices can connect to fake cell towers, Wi-Fi networks, or even websites without users' knowledge. These tricks can steal passwords, redirect your internet traffic, or install harmful software. Free Wi-Fi in places like hotels, airports might seem convenient, because it's free, it's easy to connect, but it's often unsafe. Hackers can listen in on your data or sneak malicious code into your online activity if this connection isn't secure. The next group, intrusive applications. Some apps ask for more access that they really need, so like your location, contacts, or camera. These apps might not be treated dangerous like spyware, but they can still put your privacy, security, or device performance even at risk. So even well-known apps can accidentally leak data or sell user information without clear consent.
And the last one is data exposure, and that happens when private or company data is accidentally made available to unauthorized individuals. It's not the same as data breach, because data breach, it normally involves some hacker breaking into your device on purpose. Data exposure can be done accidentally, or of course unintentional, but by mistake in system setup, by simple human error, or weak security settings in your mobile policy. So even though it's unintentional, it still can lead to serious problems within your company or personal life. That's why it's really important.
As you can see, there are many threats facing our devices, from malicious software and fake Wi-Fi networks to unintentional user errors. That's why smart mobility and security management is no longer an option. It's an essential. So how do we deliver on this in Essentials MDM? Let's take a look. Thanks to the enhanced security features built into our solution, we can effectively counter the previously mentioned threats on mobile devices. What's possible? We can detect zero-day malware and spyware. We can identify and block phishing attempts, man-in-the-middle attacks, and risky Wi-Fi networks. We can protect against outdated operating systems, jailbreak vulnerabilities, and misuse of accessibility features. And we can provide real-time defense against system-level vulnerabilities. None of this, of course, would be possible without our partner Pradio from France, who provided us with an SDK version of their mobile threat defense solution. We have integrated it directly into our console and application, which means using advanced security features requires no extra steps on the device. And for administrators, it's extremely simple, fully embedded into our console as part of the security policy framework. What's more important, this is a solution developed fully in Europe. All it takes is adding the extension to your existing license, and you can start using it right away. So if you are interested, please, we encourage you to reach out to your account managers or contact our sales team directly. Let's see the short demo, how it will look like really soon in our system using an Apple device as an example.
Thank you, Adam. As you can see here, we have our console again, and on the right side, we see iOS device. As Adam mentioned, I want to reiterate it and underline it. Everything is built in one solution, so you don't need to switch between console to go to MTD. Everything is fully set up within MDM and controlled by one agent on your device. So here we can see the policy of our mobile device is fully compliant. That's why it's green. And to make changes in our MTD solution, we want to go to policies in our console fully managed device. For the demo purposes, MTD demo policy. We go in, and as you probably know, our console, here we have on the left-hand side in the menu, mobile threat defense, a new position. I will enlarge it. And here we have different layers of security, because you have a layer of system, OS version, and then OS vulnerabilities, network thread rules, and additional one, the last one is application, which I will show a little bit later. What we can set up here is, of course, use active threats button on the right-hand side, then set up the severity level, so it's medium, low, or high, and automate remediations. We can, by default, send just an alert to our system, or add some action, or add notification on the device, so user will be also aware that some vulnerability was detected. Here for the demo, we wanted to show you how man-in-the-middle attack detection works. So we created a compromised Wi-Fi, and we will try to connect to it later on. We set up the notification to the system and the notification on the device, and automated disabling this compromised Wi-Fi. We selected that thread as active. Here is also the other options, of course, for mobile threat detection. And then we will apply this new setup policy, MTD policy, to the device. Here is the section of applications, which I mentioned before. Right now, we are saving the policy. It's being successfully saved. And right away, we'll see changes on the device. Again, its policy is updated, so it's green, but we can see settings which will change the man-in-the-middle attack and what remediations will be done automatically after detection of such kind of type of attack. And let's move on to the settings and Wi-Fi. As I mentioned, we prepared compromised Wi-Fi for this demo. It's called compromised. Of course, nobody will do that in real life, but just for the presentation, we had to make it clearly visible. And once connected to this compromised Wi-Fi, we have notification on the device. On top of the phone, you can see that the threat is detected and the type of attack, man in the middle. And we are going back to the agent. We see that the device is not compliant because threat was found. Type man in the middle and remediation. First one, we shown up the notification on the phone. The other two are in progress. Yes, there is sent alert to the system and disconnecting this, disabling this Wi-Fi, compromised Wi-Fi. It takes a couple of seconds, but it's in development. That's why it took a little bit longer than expected. Sorry. But typically it should work right away after detection. But the remediation is being done automatically, and that's what's important. It's not only alert sent to the administrator, we have remediation right away sent to the device. It's now again fully compliant because we disabled compromised Wi-Fi, and that's why it's so easy and useful when it comes to using the mobile threat detection. And right now, let's move on to the roadmap.
Yes, thank you, Miłosz. Yeah, we have still some time, so let's take a look at the current roadmap. Now we are wrapping up version 5.40, as you can see here on the right side on the screen, which will include, of course, the enhanced MTD security features we discussed, reusable QR codes for multiple devices, and support for multiple profiles on a single device. Another feature worth mentioning is on-device scripting. Our Android agent will support JavaScript along with a custom-built agent API, allowing teams to create complex tailored scenarios without waiting for backend updates or new feature rollouts. What does this mean in practice? For example, turning NFC or Wi-Fi on or off on demand, controlling screen rotation based on context, updating a specific application only when it's running in the background. Yeah, these are just the examples. JavaScript and the API will bring us full flexibility to build logic tailored to specific operational needs, yeah? Whether it's for frontline teams or kiosk configurations. A lot of opportunities there. And the next version, 5.41, still expected this year. It will also include several new features like heartbeat, so continuous device visibility. In general, in mobile device management, visibility is key. So the heartbeat function acts as a regular check-in signal, sent from each device to the MDM server, confirming that the device is active, connected, and operating as expected. This feature will be available for Android devices. And additional features still in this version, Linux device management with capabilities such as patch management, access control, and app installations. We'll be able to easily integrate Linux-based devices into our management environment. And yes, I can see here also custom reports. Yeah, so something many of you have been waiting for. These are reports you will be able to create yourself, delivering tailored insights based on the data from both MDM and also MTD. Next year, we are planning also 4 major releases. We'll kick things off with Samsung integrations like Knox Asset Intelligence and Tifota. And we will also introduce several improvements to our interface as we continue migrating more areas from advanced interface into the management UI. More details will be shared during our next webinar. Yeah? That's all we have prepared for today. Now let's move on to the Q&A session. Let's see what's come up in the chat. Miłosz, maybe
we have
you
a couple
start.
of questions, and I see the first one is actually about the eSIM. So does MDM allow eSIM activation and deactivation without physical access to the device? So the answer is yes. If there is no PIN code set up on the SIM card, you don't have to do anything on the device, but you can remotely send the configuration of the eSIM, so the user just is entering this PIN code on the device. So adding this card and detaching it from the device is being without physical access to the device. And I don't know if I didn't reiterate it properly, but there is a question if the eSIM cards can be registered in bulk. So yes, of course, there is this option is allowing you to add eSIM in bulk. I added, for the sake of demo, 2 cards and added to one device, but yes, of course, you can add bulk list of new eSIM cards.
Okay, I can see several more actually questions. Let me try. It's really long. Question from Maris. Do you plan to simplify the device enrollment process for BYOD WP scenarios? Currently, enrolling a single device takes us approximately 20 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, I will just read this part. Yeah, the enrollment process currently is time-consuming. Of course, it depends on the policy. So, how many items within the policy that there is? For example, apps. How many apps from Manage Google Play there is? It also, but may take some time to install. But also there are two, I would say, areas that we can improve. One is Android area, that within the Android 16 there will be much less screens at the beginning of the enrollment, so that the enrollment will be much smoother. And then our side, within our application, we will introduce really soon, it's on the roadmap, smooth step-by-step process, so that the user will see, okay, what now is happening. Yeah, so maybe that, I would say, the time would be the same, yeah, or we hope that we can tweak a little bit, but at least the end user will see what happened now on the device, that the application 1, 2, 3, 4 is installed, or some kind of profile is installed, so that the user will know what's going on the device and where is with the enrollment setup. Okay, I can see also 2 more questions. One about shared device. Can the administrator see who used the device and when? Yes, the shared, as Miłosz showed this, within the policy, the shared profile approach on the device, administrator will see there will be a separate tab for history of the logging, so that admin will see who and when actually logs in to the device. Okay, and one more question. Does MTD also work offline? For example, devices on the road without coverage. Great question. Yes, threat detection related to the network and the device itself is performed directly on the device, yeah, just as Miłosz showed it previously. Of course, the app reputation database and the list of malicious URLs are continuously updated, yeah, so we require the connection to Pradeo server to ensure that we have the fully up-to-date list of malicious apps, yeah. So, but device part, hardware device part, network part is fully on the device without need to connect to any server.
I don't see any more questions right now.
Okay, I think that, yeah, there are one more question from Mari. Step-by-step enrollment process next year. Yes, I can ensure that it will be improved. This part will be improved next year. Okay, so thank you all for your questions. I'm glad to see that this topic, so combining user-friendly and security features, is made so much interest. If anything else comes to your mind, feel free to reach out. Yeah, after the session, we are open to start some discussion about new features, new opportunities. Thanks again for joining today's webinar. I hope that the new Essentials MDM features will be a real support for you. So see you at the next round of the updates. And but please remember about the quiz just after the session. Thank you.
Thank you all.